Well, hello there. It is I, the bearded one, and Jenny, the unbearded one. The unbearded one is here. It's us tonight. It is Mom and Dad, Andy and Jenny.
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad. It's Mom and Dad. It's Mom and Dad night. It's It's a Mom and Dad night. I think we're just going to talk about us tonight. Why not? Because we're sitting here and we can talk about us.
That's right. Who knows better us than us?
Wikipedia.
They don't know us.
You sure?
Yeah.
I haven't checked our page. Like we have a Wikipedia page. Let me go check our Wikipedia page because I'm sure we have one. So tell us a little bit about us.
Tell us about us. Us. We are...
Sorry, I'm sweating profusely again. 900 degrees in the basement here. Whew.
He's sweaty. I'm not.
Yes.
That's usually how it goes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're pretty much opposites. I'm always hot. She's always cold.
Yes.
Yes. I keep the room at 60 degrees. She like it at 90 degrees.
No. I like it at I like it at 60 degrees. I just have to pile on the blankets and the sweaters and everything else. And while you're just barely wearing anything and still hot.
Still hot. Yes. Yeah. I'm under like a tissue and it's like 60 degrees in the room and I'm still sweating. Ugh.
Yes.
As you can see, I'm a sweater. Not the kind you wear, though. Or you could. Well, she can wear me, but that's a whole other story. We'll save that for another podcast. So getting back to us.
Getting back to us. We were fun.
We were fun? We were so, okay. I guess we're finding out that we're no longer fun?
I said we're fun. You're the one you said we were.
I thought it was because it's
No, I said like we're fun. No. I didn't mean past tense. Okay. We are. We still are. We're just have changed a little.
Yes.
Since Jaden got sick and our life changed,
our focus is laughter. Our focus is stress relief.
Yes.
Things that, like I said, we talked about watching stupid on TV. We've talked about it on here before. We've talked about just
a lot of mindless.
Yeah, finding mindless on TV and just watching that just to help forget the day. Because a lot of times, and again, today was one of those so-so days. It was a good day. It had its ups.
I think today was better than yesterday was.
Yeah, yesterday was a rough day.
Yeah, today was better.
And, it's, again, we could have sat down and found something mindless on TV to watch and comment on and laugh on. But instead we said, hey, let's do a podcast. And we can relax. And you know what? We're going to show you another way that we like to relax. Because, well, we like to relax. If you've seen here on my table, this is a Banana Bros. That's an Otto. And I've been fortunate enough to become friends with the wonderful people at Banana Bros. And they help us relax in many ways. That was my original Otto. This is my... Get ready to cover your eyes because it's going to be bright. Oh, gosh. Okay. I wasn't prepared for that. No, I never am. But that's the way we roll. That's the fun of it. I'm going to take out...
later.
If I can. Yeah, we're never prepared. I'm going to take out the gold Otto.
Special.
Take out our necessities here. Close that up. Hold on. I'll leave those on the floor for now. Yeah, we're not worried about what's on the floor right now. So anyway, like I said, back in the day, before our lives changed, before everything was chaotic, we were...
and even before children. I think things changed a little bit once children, but...
Children change everything.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying prior to that, we were just... free spirits, party
we were
goers.
Building a house. We had our house.
We
were doing so much on it.
Yeah, we were both working. Had a really busy social life.
And then Jaden came along, and things were still very good until...
Things were still very good.
Until he got sick.
Until he got sick. And then things started to change.
We
couldn't do the same things that we used to do. We couldn't always go to the parties that we wanted to go to, especially we didn't have nursing. And we couldn't... really drinking was, something we enjoyed doing socially. But that even, we started to realize this is not something we could do like occasionally, but not even
that's
anymore,
something
because
early on with Jaden, when we were constantly living in and out of hospitals, it became apparent to me very quickly that I just pretty much quit drinking, just because it became hard. You'd come home after a long day and you'd have a drink.
It was too tempting to have a drink after, and sometimes back then I would.
Yeah. And then the next morning it would be rough, so it wasn't worth it.
Got to the point where we just kind of stopped really drinking at all.
So a good friend of ours is always the marijuana. As many of you know, and I'll put this right out there, yes, I was in law enforcement for 20 years. I retired. Prior to law enforcement, I smoked quite a bit. Stopped for 20 years. I took a 20-year break. When I retired, I got back to it. And again, it was something that we definitely needed.
Yes.
Helped with everything. I'm going to, we can continue talking here. I'm going to slide over a little bit.
Well, I think the best thing, I mean, obviously it helps with sleep. It helps anxiety. It just helps calm the mind.
I'm just going to go through the auto here. I'm just going to open it up. I am going to take out a little bit of our favorite bud here. Let me get a good one here, because I know how much it's going to take to fill it up.
The best part about it is no hangover.
No hangover.
No hangover.
And
ever.
It
no effect.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
It helps us in so many ways. It helps us with the stress. It helps. I suffer from severe insomnia, so I don't sleep much. So at least with this, it does help. Sometimes, not all the time.
We both also suffer from post-traumatic stress, from hospitalizations.
Yes.
Andy from his job that he did for 20 years. So it also helps with that.
My Banana Bros cone, you drop that into there. I always like to just push it down a little. Set that in there. You got your bud there. I'm going to turn this so you can see what happens there. I'm going to place that on top. It's got a magnet, okay? That closes, crunches that in. We press the button there. I can feel it on the front. Is it there? There it is. Oh, did I turn it on? Okay, now it's on. I will press the button and let the magic begin.
Exciting.
My stress level is already going down.
Yes.
Thank you, Banana Bros. And thank you to the growers of marijuana, wherever you are, all over the world. Everywhere. Okay, so, and then we just tap it down. I'm sorry, that was very loud on the mic. You just take this right off. It's magnetic, and when you take it off, it actually lifts that up. Put this back over here. Just going to tap this down a little bit with that. And that's all, a little tappy tap. I was never a great roller. I'm not one of those guys who'll be like, oh, I could roll a joint better than anybody. No, I was never a great roller. So this has become my favorite thing. So we'll take this out. Squeeze the top up. We'll tighten that up.
It's legal in the state of New Jersey.
It's legal in the state of New Jersey, and even if it wasn't, I really wouldn't care, because that's another thing, too, that we dealt with when Jaden first got sick and we were looking for all different things and we were dealing with the pharmaceuticals. Of course, we looked into the medical marijuana for his seizures. And again, it was something, it was very difficult. I had to go out of state. Yes, I was a police officer at the time, and I was going out of state to get stuff. I was dealing with some wonderful people, some shady people. This is wonderful too. The Banana Bros also has these little filter things. So I can put that into there, like so. And then this goes into here, like so. And it's just a whole lot of fun.
Fancy.
But anyway, like I said, I was picking stuff up for my son. I would have to go out of state. I would have to get it. It was such a pain, while everything was illegal. It's great now that it's legal again. Jaden has his medical marijuana card.
Yes.
We're still in the process of figuring out exactly how to administer it to him. I smoke sometimes, and then we have like a mask that I'll blow the smoke into and try to get it to him in that way. It doesn't always work with him. It's difficult. We've worked with oils, but oils are always difficult to get the right.
Well, he has a G tube.
Yeah, he has a G tube.
So working with a G tube and oils is always very tricky.
Is always difficult.
Yeah.
So
I've actually purchased a Levo, and I need to just experiment more with edibles, because I think that would be better, like with chocolate, because I know he would eat chocolate. Who wouldn't eat chocolate? So
who wouldn't eat chocolate?
It's just definitely better.
Yeah, so this is us just relaxing. This is pretty much, we have a nurse that comes every night, 12-hour shift for, I don't know how many years we didn't have nursing.
10
years we didn't have nursing, and we would split. We would go into the room. We would split. Always smoking with an alien. Always smoking with the alien. we would go into the room and we had a little bed set up next to his bed, and that's where we would spend our nights. And we'd basically lay there all night with your hand on him, feeling if he has a seizure, you get up, you take care of it. And then we finally got nursing a couple of years ago, and it's a wonderful thing. We have 12 hours, 7:30 at night till 7:30 in the morning.
It's been eight years.
So those 12 hours every night is the time that we turn off. We
we try to shut off. We try to just relax.
Relax. We spend a lot of time with Dakota. A lot of time laughing, a lot of time gaming. Dakota's going to edit this, and she's going to see this. She knows we smoke. It's not a big deal.
It's nothing we would ever do around her or in front of her. Pretty much once the nurse comes, we give report, and then once we know Jaden's in good hands, then we're able to relax.
Because we know how important the stress relief for us is. Anyone who deals with, I've said this before, we all carry different weights on our shoulder. We carry a lot of weight, but that doesn't mean that whatever weight you're carrying, you have to learn to deal with it. Because we've had the stress get to us, and it's caused a lot of problems in our family. Everybody
has stress. It's just a matter of how you handle it and how you take care of yourself.
Yeah. A lot of working out. We're both getting back into it. We both had some time off. I'm getting back into my elliptical. I call it the Devil's Machine is over there. I spend a lot of time on that every day. You and your yoga.
My yoga, Pilates, meditation. I mean, that's the one thing about this pandemic, because I really had to slow down especially when we were all shut in.
Yeah.
That's when I started to get back into fitness again and working out and yoga, and I mean, it's been amazing.
Diet too. Our diet is definitely pretty good in this house. We definitely try to eat healthy. We have bad snack nights, of course, like everyone. You're allowed to.
Well, we always have good snacks in the house. That's for sure. I don't mean good healthy. I mean,
we've cut portion size down. I think that's an important thing too. Is just cutting portion size.
Portion size is huge.
Yeah.
I think we did that first, and then during the pandemic, it was really hard to get certain things from the store that I think people were buying up a lot of frozen foods, stuff that they could store and use for a long time because there were so many things they couldn't get. And so I started just buying fresh. Everything was fresh. I stopped buying anything frozen. And
well, I mean, we learned a lot. We learned how to deal with things. But I think we've done quite well. I think we've always done quite well, and I think that's something, because we've always been together all the time. It's always us. It's always focusing on, okay, what's next? What's primarily around Jaden, but also around Dakota, around our family.
Right.
And we've always been a pretty good team. We've always been on the same page. We've always looked out for each other. We've always seen when one is down, we pick the other one up. But I think it's just teamwork. I think we understand. I think we can do a lot of things without saying. I mean, our days are pretty much it's routine, and it's not that I have a routine and she has a routine. There's a routine, and whoever does it does it. Whoever who's gonna start his feed? Who's gonna get the meds ready? Who's gonna? It just flows.
And it's not even something we even talk about. We just do it. If one doesn't do it, the other one's doing it.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a. I mean, it's going to be it's been 18 years, so you start to get into a routine, and you just makes it easier. We just know what we need to do.
Well, we just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. How many years have we been together? I'm gonna get in trouble here. I always do.
We've been together. I said last time you asked me, I said it's been 29.
That's right. You were wrong.
I was wrong. It was 28. It will be 29 in January that we've been together. 29 years. I mean, it wasn't always perfect. We weren't always in sync.
Wasn't? When was, I don't recall this. When were we? No. Hey, listen, it's like every marriage.
Yeah.
You have your ups and you have your downs.
Absolutely.
But you move forward, you learn, and, I can speak for myself. I don't know if she can, but I've realized that this is the person that I want to be with. So you learn how to get through it, and you figure it out.
Absolutely.
See, she didn't say it back, so
I was just starting to say it. No, I think, you grow up. You grow up, and
I think that's a very important thing, and I think I'm realizing that a lot about myself, and I'm realizing that a lot about I'm seeing that with a lot of other people. I'm seeing change, and I'm seeing the good, and you're realizing what it is. It's growing up.
Yeah.
It's finally getting to the point where you go, why do I have to do stupid things? Why,
Yeah.
it's grow up, do good things. You just feel better.
I know for me, I don't know for you, but like, even just turning 50, I just feel like, what's the word? Not just growing up, but you starting to realize who you are, and accepting who you are, and not trying to. I guess there's more like a security. I feel more secure of who I am now.
Yes.
Where I feel like in your 30s and even in your 40s, you're just kind of lost. You're still,
well, you're trying. I think when you're younger, you're trying to imitate people that you admire and want to be like. And then I think as you get a little bit older, then you start to try to figure out, okay, who am I? And you go through all these different phases of trying to figure out who you be. And then you finally get to a point where you finally start to realize who you are. But before you do that, you question it. You question, is that who I am? Is that how I think? Is that really?
Really, yeah.
And then once you start to accept it, like I said, I've talked about this like in past, like the Bearded Babbles on Instagram. Energy. How energy to me, if you talked, like I said, 20 years ago, if you started talking energy to me, I would probably leave the room or excuse myself, or I didn't want to hear that. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Now I realize that how important it is, and it's really become not what controls my life, but kind of what guides me. I really feel about energy. And if I feel an energy for someone or something, then I want to connect with it. I want to, do something. It's energy. And I went through a phase where I thought that was weird. And I was like, are people going to like, can I talk about energy? Like, are people going to think, because I would think that they were weird.
It does sound like you're talking of another dimension.
Yeah.
And it really isn't.
So I was afraid to even talk about it for a while. And then once I finally, I think on the early IG Bearded Babbles, I just felt comfortable, and I started talking to other people, and I started realizing, and thank you to all those people, that once those conversations started, and just how much you connect, and how much you can connect with so many different people from all around the world. And it doesn't have to be, and Dakota and I talked about this too, it doesn't have to be for long times. Right. Sometimes you just connect with someone for a short period, and either you get something or you give something. Either way, there's something good, and then you may never talk to them again. But
I feel like when you have that kind of real connection like that,
yes,
you learn so much about each other in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And then then you kind of just not go your separate ways, but you're not as connected.
Yes.
But you learn something from being connected with them.
And the good thing is you're always connected to that person, where if you needed to, you could reach out to, that's a wonderful thing. That, again, still growing and finding out who I am, I need to start being more comfortable with. Since I know so many people, I need to start reaching out more. And I'm always pulling back from that. I'm always afraid to bother people. I think that's what it is. I don't want to bother people.
It's true. I mean, everyone's, I feel like, in their own world, so you always feel like you're bothering somebody.
Yeah.
And that's usually not the case. They're probably like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. I'm so glad you called. How many times do you get that?
Yeah, that happens all the time. You're just like, I guess I'm out of that loop or something like that. And then
you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. I was going to call you.
But then again, I don't reach out enough. So again, to all those people that I've connected with and I haven't reached out to you, I apologize. I think, and that's the thing too, is this right here. We just started talking about that. 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. During the day, we kind of can get things done. Every now and then I've snuck down here. I've done a quick podcast. I've done a couple of things, but throughout the entire day, it's difficult because our focus is anything can happen at any moment with Jaden or Dakota, and we always have to be prepared. Our family is always first, so that's always the main focus. Come 7:30, once the nurse comes, once everything changes, once we have our little smoke, and once the edges is coming off, we can unwind. And it's almost, you don't, a lot of nights you don't even want to do anything for yourself. A lot of nights you want to just go get into bed, pick up the remote, and just
be lazy.
Just be lazy.
Yeah.
But that is the time that we do need to give time to ourselves.
Right.
I mean, we do what we have our time at night.
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, yeah, no, we absolutely spend more time now together than we. I mean, we spend time all day together too.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's we're nurses, we're doctors, we're
Yeah.
pharmacists, you're constantly where's this?
We're soldiers in the trenches. We're just working side by side.
Yeah, and then this is our post-traumatic stress time, and we deal with it with laughter,
Yes.
stupidity, and babbling with you. And if you're still listening, thank you.
Yeah, we're just trying to find our way.
Yeah, and again, I'm very surprised. I've been hearing a lot of feedback through family, through friends of yours.
See, that is everything. When I get feedback from family, that means a lot
Yeah.
because I'm not as connected with people as
Yeah.
much as I
It's
would like to be. So
we're grateful for the feedback, and it's wonderful to know that us just sitting here, just being us, is connecting with you. Again, that's energy. That's energy that we're bouncing back and forth. That's all we're doing.
yeah, and whatever speaks to certain people, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can relate, I feel like anybody can relate. Everybody has problems,
Yeah.
and ours aren't any. You know, ours can be very heavy, but then there are other people who have other heavy problems. So.
We know a lot of other amazing families that go through. I know a lot of people look at us and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they have so much on their plate." We can tell you of other families that we look at and we go, "How do they do it?"
Yeah.
It's single parents too. It's
Yeah.
some of them.
It is pretty amazing.
And we again draw energy. We may not even communicate with them, but seeing them
But
on
we're
social
connected.
media, it's
That's the thing about, I feel like, our special needs families that we've met is that we're connected whether we talk or not.
Yeah.
We're always
yes,
connected.
yeah. That's
On
that's
some
true.
level, we are always connected with them, and I hope they watch because I
Yes.
love them.
Yeah.
And even when I'll just shoot a text to somebody, it's like
Yeah.
time doesn't matter. We
Yeah.
just we get right into the conversation, and it's wonderful. So
Yeah, we all kind of live the same lives, so we all kind of understand the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows, how grateful you are for the good days, the good moments, and how tough the rough ones are. And I think we kind of see with other families, and other families see with us too. And a lot of times it doesn't have to be a quick message, a long message or a long comment. Sometimes it's just a simple thing from another special needs family that kind of gives you that. You're always grateful for all the messages and the thoughts and the prayers. But sometimes when you get something from another special needs family or another family that has really gone through something, it kind of just gives you just a little bit more of a lift.
yeah,
So it's
true.
it's a different life. And again, I think I don't know how this all grew. I don't know how this all became therapy. We've had, like I said, a lot of different therapies. The marijuana. The devil's lettuce.
But we've actually gone to therapy as well, which I think was very important.
Yes. Yeah, no, I definitely, I don't think I need it anymore. I think I went through it when I needed it most.
Right.
And it definitely helped me. And it definitely gave me the tools that I still carry to this day. There's still things from sessions
Yeah.
that I recall that hit me hard. And I go, okay, yeah, that's, I needed that. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do my therapy. I mean, I've been with this same therapist for 14 years. So, I mean, she helps me.
Yeah.
For 14 years, she's helped me, and every 2 weeks, I love it.
Yeah.
It helps. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah. If I feel the stress coming on, I mean, that's actually a lot for us to smoke. We usually, our normal is, I have a small bong upstairs, and we usually put one nug in, and we usually share back and forth, 2 to 5 hits, and then that's it. We're no Cheech and Chong. We're no Snoop Dogg here. We're not heavy smokers. It's, like I said, it's at nighttime when the nurse comes. It's to take the edge off. It's to unwind. If it's at 2 o'clock in the morning, I still haven't begun to even fall asleep. Then it's a little bit more. And it's also, too, since, Jenny spoke about her therapy, if I'm having a stressful day and I can feel it building and I can know that, okay, things are going to possibly get bad for me, I can just look at her and she can be like, okay. And I'll just go off and just one quick little hit, sit down for a moment or two, take that deep breath, and it clears my head. That is a therapy, along with laughter and other things.
And I think that's the misconception about marijuana, is that people think, oh, it just makes you loopy.
No.
It's like, it really doesn't. There's different strains. Some make you sharper, some make you more creative, some just calm you down.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can never...
Some make you laugh.
Yes.
You know, or some make you hungry. Not all of them make you hungry. So you find what works, and...
And we always have to be ready. That's the thing that we found. We had to stop drinking because you can't drink and get out of that. This you can. If something happened, if the nurse called us right now, we would be as straight as an arrow upstairs.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because if you're already stumbling and now you have to get into an ambulance with your child, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never had that situation.
So that is our friend. That is our edge taker offer.
Yes.
That is our help us relax after a rough day, which are pretty much every day. I don't think there's been a break in quite some time, because pretty much every day. Again, that's therapy.
And that's where you start to see your inner strength.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the days are getting easier. We're just learning how to handle them better and how to decompress after.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to jump back in here. Okay. There was a point at about the 25-ish or so minute mark. I heard a ding, and I should have known that the camera stopped. The SD card was full. So I just put a new one in, and we're going to try to pick up, I guess, and then end it shortly. But at least we wanted to come back and at least end it correctly.
Yeah,
we're not savages. Well, we are. That's a whole other podcast. We got a lot of other podcasts to do.
No, we were just talking about changing up your social media feed, so that if you're frustrated with your feed, then change it. Change it up. Unfollow people you don't want to follow. Or
scenery is huge. I just a lot of just beach stuff and beautiful scenery from around the world, and just learning about places, and someday I'll be there.
Yeah, a lot of travel places. A lot of homes.
I disappear a lot during the day. And a lot of people too that I enjoy following that do a lot of crazy things and travel and live all over the world, and I live vicariously through a lot of people. That's my escape during the day too. Sometimes you just need to just get away. Okay, all right, I'm going to Hawaii. All right. Oh, thank you. It's
so beautiful. But it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I don't hate, I would go on Instagram and I would, Facebook I still kind of cringe with, but I think I'll always cringe with Facebook. But Instagram, after a while I don't even want to be on it, but it's just nice. I mean, I see so many cooking things and recipes, and I love it. My whole feed is completely different, so it's much more pleasant to be on.
Yeah, that's true. We got into the whole food thing, and then the whole the recipes and a lot more fun stuff in the kitchen now too.
Well, no, a lot more different appliances, and I'm making different things, and it's just been fun. Whatever I'm actually learning on social media.
Yeah.
And then applying it to the house. So
use it for good things.
Yes, that's the whole point. If you use social media for good things, it's not so frustrating.
Good point.
Good point.
Bravo, Jenny. Bravo. With the point of the day. Jenny's point of the day. We may have to make that a thing. Why not? Oh, yeah. So again, hopefully we're back, and hopefully I know Dakota can put this all together because she's absolutely awesome. But that's just our day. That's just the way things go, and we just figure out how to just continue on with it.
Yeah.
That's all. What do we got to do? Okay, let's do it. Yeah, we piss and bitch, every now and then, just like everybody else. But for the most part, it's okay. What do we got to do? It's. She gives me my moments. I give her her moments. Sometimes it just becomes overwhelming, and it's usually the straw that broke the camel's back is usually something that's usually minute.
Tiny.
It's tiny. It wasn't from the last huge thing because you had to get through that, and then it's like the next thing.
Well, you know what it is? You're carrying dishes, and everything's ready to fall, and then someone throws a napkin right on the top, and then you're like, that's what throws everything off.
That's what throws everything off, and it's like, okay, it's like, well, the argument will start, and it's just like, okay, I know what that's about. That's the steam valve going off.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with what you were just upset about.
And then we just continue, and again, I went through everything. I had to format the card, this, that, the other thing, and we're back.
Yes.
And you just got to keep moving forward. That's what we keep learning. That's what we keep reminding ourselves. That's what Dakota helps us with. Just keep moving forward. Just keep doing. Just create. That's a big thing in this house, is just create every day. I mean, Dakota on 10 different levels creates every day.
Yeah, she's constantly creating, which is great. I mean, I don't think I create that much, but then I'm drawing for Jaden. I'm trying a new recipe. So I actually am creating just different things. But I'm constantly drawing. I draw every day. We draw every day
for Jaden.
Every day for Jaden. So
some days you get into it, and some days you just do it as simple as can be.
Yes.
Or as silly as can be.
Save it. Then I get too into it. My problem is I get too into it.
Yeah, I gotta stop her. I'm like, okay, stop
with the
shading.
And then Jaden's like waiting for me.
And then there have been drawings that you've done for him that you haven't allowed him to color because you wanted to color it because it was too good. That's
happened on a few occasions. Very few occasions. But the best thing is I can use a copier and photocopy, and he can.
Well, that's the thing. Now it's one that he loves that now too.
Yeah, if
ask
we
for a picture. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If we draw something that he absolutely loves, then I just make a photocopy of it, and now he has the perfect coloring sheet. Creative. That's creative. Just being creative.
Yeah, and I think that's also, again, part of our therapy. I think just drawing for him and then him coloring, and
I think just to see the enjoyment of him coloring it. I mean, we drew it, and he's coloring it now.
The arts and the crafts, made a monster house out of a tissue box the other day. It's
it was really good. Then I made the characters out of cardboard, and he doesn't even touch it. I don't even think he wants to even play with it because I don't think he wants to break it.
Yeah, we I guess have to get into his world every day because he lives in an imaginary world that's unlike anything we know. So we just have to get into his world as much as we can every day. We have to just...
And his world is
it's fun.
Kind of fun.
It is. It's a silly
compared
place.
To outside of his world.
Yeah. It's a silly place. We had a lot of fun with the faces on the iPad today, and
yeah. He's funny. He's got such a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
We just keep him laughing. I mean, I think that's what we're always keeping each other laugh all the time, but we're always trying to keep him laughing.
Yeah.
So, and Dakota, everybody.
Yeah.
We're
always be silly.
Always be silly. I like that.
Alrighty. Ready to go upstairs and cuddle?
Yes.
That's also therapy.
Oh.
Until the next one, hope you enjoyed. Hope you took something good away. I hope our energies worked. And again, thank you, Dakota, for fixing all of this. But again, that's what we do. We had a problem. We figured it out. We get through it. We keep doing it. And that's what you should do too. You ready to end it?
Peace.
Peace. Love and laughter.